तो है एनिमेलोवर्स, यहाँ पे एनिमेलोवर तो चल बात करते हैं थोड़े और एनिमे के बारे में। तो आज हम वापस नार्सिसु विजुअल नॉल खेलने वाले हैं। आई जस्ट वांट टू से कि मैंने एक और गेम प्ले कल रिकॉर्ड किया था एंड या आई डिड प्ले द गेम एंड सेव इट, बट द थिंग इज़ कि रिकॉर्डिंग इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी। इट वाज जस्ट लाइक कि मेरी आवाज़ बहुत ज़्यादा नीचे थी एंड द गेम प्ले वाज टू हाई। तो let me summarize everything. The thing happened in the last episode which I didn't upload was just कि सत्सुमी के मेड्स ख़त्म हो चुकी थी, दवाई ख़त्म हो चुके थे एंड शी वाज फीलिंग रियली बैड। सो we were just gone to a like a medical and tried to get medicine obviously. But when we got the medicine, the chemist asked कि तुम्हारे पास प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस हैं क्या, प्रिस्क्रिप्शन ड्रग्स है ना, ये क्लिनिकल यूज़ में आते हैं एंड ऑब्वियसली बिना प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस का तुमको मेडिसिन नहीं मिलेगी। छोटी मोटी मेडिसिन मिल जाती है बट हाई एंड की मेडिसिन नहीं मिलती जो ज़्यादा मतलब इन शॉर्ट जो ज़्यादा काम की है। आई नो मैंने सही से नहीं डाला बट यू गाइज अंडरस्टैंड जो हाई एंड मेडिसिन है। So the thing was कि we just grabbed the medicines and we just ran out from there. In short, we steal again and yeah, we have the medicine now. तो वहीं पे ख़त्म होता है पिछला episode. Let's play the right now episode now. Probably if just this much, it will stop soon. While driving, I lightly pressed some pocket tissues on it. हाँ एंड ऑब्वियसली ऑल्सो जब हम लोग भाग रहे थे तो हमारा सर फूट गया, या मतलब सर पे बहुत ज़्यादा फोरहेड पे क्रैक आ गया, सो हम लोग ब्लीड कर रहे हैं। आर यू ऑल राइट? या आई एम फाइन बट यू आर ब्लीडिंग। नो वरी अबाउट इट, इट्स नथिंग। टू द गर्ल डायरेक्टिंग अ worried face towards me. Sorry. I waved my hand telling her not to worry. And then, with my left hand holding the wheel, I handed her the bundle of medicine. Here, take your medicine. With this, I thought we'd be fine for the moment. At the least, it would probably hold out for a week. But when this runs out, what would happen? It was good that today had been a success by chance, but it was clear that my own strength was declining every day. Obviously, वो इतने दिनों से प्लस वो लोग कन्वीनियंस स्टोर फूड भी खा रहे हैं, प्लस हॉस्पिटल में भी थे एंड या दे आर बिकमिंग वीक. Originally we didn't have a goal or place to go because we had no desires, we had no fear of losing anything. But now things were slightly different. With the birth of the purpose, the fear of loss also was born. That is true. If you have a purpose, you're gonna have fear. Shweta Junction. The day cleared up, that clear, so very high sky that was characteristics of winter spread wide. Once again, we went on the expressway. Right now, we left to Shuta Junction and we were running along the Chugoku Expressway. Hey, what's the next one? From the Kobe Junction, got it, the Senyu Expressway, right? Following the girl's direction, the silver coupe ran. Coming all the way here, the signs along the way were occasionally showing the words Awajishima. Since the day we escaped from the 7th lobby, the odometer had already passed 900 kilometers. That's a big distance. It seemed unthinkable that we had gone so far. But considering our destination, it was just a short distance. Then what appeared before us was a large bridge. This is the Akashi Kaiko Bridge. It's an amazing bridge, isn't it? The two of us couldn't help but be impressed. It was as if it ran atop of the sea forever. Then after we drove for a while, right in the middle of the bridge, here and there cars were stopped and people could be seen. Most likely those were tourists who got out of their cars to take the commemorative photos. Imitating those people, I pulled the car to a stop along the side of the road. Stopping is prohibited here. Well, if it's just for a bit, it'd probably be fine. Besides, from what we have seen, a number of other cars had stopped in the same way. Come now, let's go out for a bit and have a look. I'm sure it's an amazing view. Alright. She sounded a little reluctant still, but the girl got out of the car to join me. A strong, cold wind whistled atop the bridge. It's colder than you think, isn't it? Huh. Since normally we wouldn't come out of the car, we felt it all the way, all the more. In contrast to his father down, there were two people that seemed to be a couple. It looked like they were taking commemorative photos and raising happy voices that even we could hear. Looking around closer, other than those two, there were families, groups also taking pictures. Commemorative photos, eh? Certainly for a place like this one was necessary. Speaking of which, what's wrong? Wait a second. I was certain that there had to be an camera. Before the first time I had searched through the car, I remember that I found a cheap disposable camera. At the time, from what little I saw, I thought there were a few shots left. Pulling out the camera, I checked the film. Wonderful, there are still 2 shots left. Sorry for the wait. Look, I'll take one of you. Eh? A picture since we are here after all. No, don't say that. Strike a pose or something for me. As I spoke, I readied the camera, pointing it at her. Come on now, try making a bit of a happier face. However, maybe because she was embarrassed even when she finally faced this way, she had on a sulking expression, or perhaps for this girl, this was her trying her best to make a smile. As I thought about that, I made ready to shoot the camera when boyfriend, excuse me, could you take a picture of us? Sure. Some random couple came up to us with a camera in hand. Okay, ready? Couple, yes, please. Happily, the two hugged shoulders and 2 of them smiled. I placed 2 of them in the viewfinder and hit the shutter. The shutter clicked. Boyfriend, thank you very much. Well, in exchange, we will take a picture of you two. No, we are. I just press here on the camera, right? Faster than my reply, he took my camera. Actually, it was more like he snatched it. Probably he was being polite, ignoring our hesitation. He quickly readied the camera. Come on now, the 2 of you, get closer together. At those words, I moved my body just a bit closer to the girl. Still looking emotionless as always, girl next to me also moved just a hint closer. Boyfriend, could you please pose a bit more? Noisily, the boyfriend started adding more requests and looking closer. The guy's girlfriend was also giving us exasperated looks. Thinking there was no helping it, from behind her back to her shoulder, I slowly wrapped my arms around her. It was the first time I touched her body. The feeling of childish clothes we bought from the other day and the waist-length hair spread around through my hands. Looking at the camera, I couldn't see the girl's expression, but maybe she might be wearing that embarrassed, pouting face that she would only show very rarely. But well then, ready? The shutter clicked. Perhaps satisfied that they had taken a decent photo, the couple returned to their car. We also turned towards our own car. A girlfriend, eh? Looks like we have been mistaken. Could it be that we look like it? I said it in just a bit of joking way. For some reason it felt fun, and I just wound up continuing that light tone. Well, you no. Well, what do you think, Satsumi? What's with that? You are the younger one. Even with those words the same as always, she was facing the window. Her expression was the same and she didn't even move or look in my direction. But her eyes weren't the ones that always looked far away. I had a feeling that it was embarrassing, so she was turning her face away. Looking up at the high sun, that characteristically blue sky spread on and on. From then, we went on just a bit and arrived Sumoto interchange. Once again, we exited and returned to the normal roads. We have finally arrived, haven't we? Since the day we left the 7th floor, the car's trip meter showed us some 900 kilometers. From an unplanned start, we really did make it all the way here. Well, where should we go from here? South? South, got it. Following the girl's direction, I set off. Of course, coming here, even I knew what the place would be. I could see a number of signs for tourists in front of me. However, I followed her navigation. I had a feeling that it would be wrong if I didn't, for some reason, wanted to do it that way. Chapter 7 boys, I think 10 chapters होंगे. We are at chapter 7 and इस chapter का नाम है Narcissus. Let's go. Slowly the setting sun dyed everything orange. A deserted beach, a strong cold wind swaying a pine grove. Driving the car out onto the beach, I turned the driver's seat over to the girl. Alright, the clutch, can your feet reach it? What the fuck? Shit! Can your feet reach it? Oh shit! कितना बड़ा इंसल्ट है ये यार! Calm down. Okay, let's continue. It's fine. Okay, then next, shift the gear from neutral to second. I know. Alright, fine. Then do you do what you want? Alright. The girl with her short belt stretched her foot out as far as she could while gripping the wheel with a serious expression. That is cute as well as so funny. Leaning out of the passenger seat, I spoke up. That's great. After that, slowly released the clutch. Uh, and then looking obviously nervous. Wow! As expected, the grinding noise was phenomenal. Looking, you need to disengage the clutch more quietly. Her words said so, but of course, it wasn't something one got skillful at right away. The girl tried her best, chewing on her lip a bit in the concentration. Exactly because she would normally show no emotion, her figure seemed charming to me. Hey, I'm about to start feeling sick. I I know. With the muffler slightly broken, the silver coupe was noisy. On the deserted beach, it was as if a howling voice was reverberating. When the sun sunset had changed into a night sky, the faltering sea breeze completely changed to being a land breeze. At some point, the face of a large moon hung in the sky. For the most part, it seems you have gotten used to it. Along with that reply, she even shifted into third. Totally used to clutch now, she was driving around in the narrow beach. If that's the case, you could get a license without going to a training center, no? Really? Well, I don't have much credibility. It's the words of someone who just got their license after all. By now, there was no meaning for us to get a license. Both of us knew that. We had maps, we had medicine. The muffler was a bit broken and loud, but we even had a silver coupe. We had no time, had no future. It was exactly because we knew that it was all the more trying. Well then, instead, I'll give you mine. As I spoke, I took out my own license from my pocket. This was originally the license that had lots of debut. To me, the proof of the ordinary world that I should have already lost here in the place of your diploma. Even if I take it, it doesn't look like I'd have the time to use it. Well, don't hold back. I'm more or less the same after all. The seventh floor that no one had ever escaped, the high ceiling windows that could only open 15 centimeter, the white vinyl bracelets, with the third time as the last, the girl on her second, I on my first. So yeah, congratulations on graduating. Oh, thank you. With a small nod, the girl accepted my license. With that, she was also licensed. Not only coupes, but sedans, even convertibles. She should be able to drive anything that she liked. That is just sad actually. I just laughed a little bit, but I just got sad. I don't know. I feel bad for laughing now. Surely, she should be able to go to any place that she liked. After that, we drove for a bit more. We arrived at our destination, the place where daffodils could be seen. It was supposed to be a tourist spot, but perhaps this was a bit away from the area. Or perhaps it was the night. No one was in sight. Within the perfect darkness of night, we were waiting for the dawn in the dim current area. Say, you're not going to turn on the lights? Ah, the battery seems about dead. That's right. Inside the car, with even the engine off, only the dim light from the dashboard faintly illuminated our profiles. The tight space of the car, where sound and light faded away, we exchanged very few words as we waited for the sunrise. The lump of the lottery that we had tossed in the rear seat, thick jeans and sweatshirts and towels. We took a number of those, wrapped them around our bodies in the place of blankets. Aren't you cold? Well, you can come a little closer, Eh? Look, don't hold back, come here. Speaking to the girl shivering from cold in the passenger seat, I pointed to my lap. I'm sure that it'd be warmer here. Not particularly. I'm fine. Dejected. As the girl spoke, her body was shivering. Even inside the car, her breath misted. It was obvious she was putting on a brave face. Or is it that you are cold, so you want me to come? Well, that's fine too. You. Then alright. Then slowly she came over to my side, hesitantly curled in my lap. Well, it's a bit warmer, isn't it? The windshield was fog, totally white from the cold outside. With that white and dark outside, nothing could be seen outside. But soon the sun would rise. Surely at that time a field of white flowers would spread out. The night was quickly fading. The rising sun was turning the darkness from the faint purple to pale white. Then with the dawn, white flowers spread before my eyes. In the place that had been only black up until now, the white flowers appeared. The two of us couldn't help but get out of our cars, gaze at the scene. Amazing. Spread before us countless daffodils. The morning dew caught the morning sun, further enhancing the bright whiteness of the prominent flowers. One could believe that it was carpet that stretched to the sea. And in that we exchanged words, our breaths shining the same white. Since that day, the boring television showed us the flowers. We had come to this place. Even though we had no purpose, we managed to come all the way here. These flowers, I can think of them as being the same. Even strictly speaking, they are same. I see, that's good. I didn't know the difference between the kinds, but that day, television showed us the scene of an unbroken uniform beauty. Compared to that, the flowers before our eyes differed in size as well as much they bloomed. But without a doubt, they were here. Beautiful. Indeed. Vague, dull, ordinary, but always cold and merciless to everyone. Reality. In the world filled only with the things that couldn't be seen. A world filled with things where even if you stretch out your hand, you couldn't touch. Right now, something that could definitely be touched was before our eyes. Some fragments of those unseen some things were scattered about. That was actually beautiful. Awajishima. So guys, we got there. I'm gonna end the episode right here because I think we have reached the 20-minute mark. Like about 20-minute mark. And in this episode, many things happened. We reached the place we wanted to go. Kinda. And yeah, मैं मिलता हूँ आपको अगले वीडियो में. Arigato for watching. Let me save first क्योंकि मैं हमेशा सेव करना भूल जाता हूँ. तुम लोग भी मुझे याद दिलाया करो यार, स्ट्रीम पे भी कि मैं सेव करूँ. By the way, अगर तुम लोग स्ट्रीम पे नहीं आते तो या आई स्ट्रीम एवरी डे फ्रॉम 5:30 to 7. You can join us. We are playing a game called The Walking Dead. It is a very story-oriented game too. And I would love to hang out with you guys. So, bye-bye! अब तू बन जा मेरा सहारा a